YouTube runs ads on these videos. I don't get any money for it. Install ad blocker. Use it when you watch my videos.
Hello and welcome to a new series I'm starting called FTO Friday. I'm going to make videos with tips and tricks, reconstructions, advice, that kind of thing, all to do with FTO. Hopefully at least every other Friday, maybe every Friday if we're lucky. We'll see how it goes. And to kick things off, I've been asked by someone on the Discord server to explain Fingertricks. So generally, how are we supposed to finger trick this puzzle? It's kind of a weird one, you know, people are used to sort of doing wrist turns and whatnot on the puzzle. So how do we actually turn this thing? Well, first of all, there's two ways to hold the puzzle. One is where the corner is in front, and one where the edge is in front like this. I'm just cutting in to add, I didn't really explain home grip for each of the orientations. Corner in front, home grip is something like this, ready with U prime and U moves, and you can comfortably tilt. You know, home grip could be both middle and index on U or just one, like this. That's how I typically think of it. Home grip with edge in front is kind of similar. I've actually got my ring finger sat on the corner here, so that if I do, like if I re-grip to then perform an R and a D prime, I've put my ring finger straight on that corner, ready to perform a D prime move. Just sort of, you're anticipating a lot more U and D moves in edge in front. So your ring finger is going to be in charge of D prime and D with your left hand, and then your index fingers are there for U and U prime. So let's start with corner in front. Our moves are U, R, F, L, BR, BL, D, and B. Generally, U is just your normal index flick. You don't normally need this, but a double flick with index and right finger. And then U prime is just with the left index. On older hardware, you know, people used to have to do this with their right thumb, but on the Diansheng, there is no reason to do that anymore. It's super easy. Another finger trick as well is U with a push. I don't use this currently, but it's an option if that's convenient in an algorithm, so something to look at. And then R, the way I actually hold the puzzle is I pinch these two edges with my thumb and ring finger, so that these two are ready to do any U moves. And what I'm doing is I'm not turning my entire wrist. I'm just sort of rolling the side of the puzzle between my fingers. So I'm pulling with my middle finger, ring fingers here, middle finger is pulling downwards, and my thumb is sort of guiding it up. Sometimes I will push a little bit with the thumb in an upwards direction. And you can see that when I do this R move, now I'm in a good position to do an R prime. Pull down with the thumb, push forwards with the ring finger, like so. So that way I don't have to move my wrist very much. And then F, you know, you can do with your index finger like this. Some people will re-grip. That's not really necessary on the Diansheng as well. So you're pretty much in home grip, and you just have to tilt your finger from here forwards. You can do an F move like that. F prime you can do with your thumb. You can do it with the index finger, but it's a lot harder, as you can see, because you're reaching much further. On a 3x3, your corner would be about here in space, so you can pull down quite easily. I don't typically do many F or F prime moves. I tend to avoid them because of this. You know, I sort of feel like I have to re-grip. And then D prime is nice and easy these days. You know, you can see I'm not quite lining it up, but you can reach, sort of take your grip and reach around the back to do a nice easy D prime, like that. You can do a D prime with your ring finger at the front, like this. D moves are easier, I find. So again, you're just, I can be in home grip on this hand and reaching a bit further back behind the puzzle with my left hand to reach for a D move. They're not that common in corner in front grip. So now we're going to turn to edge in front. So this is your R move, U, D, BR, BL, B, all that stuff. The reason we sometimes go to edge in front is because D moves are easier. Now the corner's here, which is much easier to grip than when it's right at the back. So edge in front means that when we're performing our D moves or D prime moves, it's a lot easier. The corner's already in the perfect spot. So there are some algorithms where we'll perform, in fact there are a lot of algorithms we're going to perform with edge in front rather than corner in front. Classic example is the corner perms. So like this. You can actually, that second one you can execute with a push on, so an index push on U and an index push for D prime. But I prefer, just a normal R prime flick like this and then use your thumb for the D prime. That's how Tyler showed us how to do it. When it comes to other finger tricks, there's not really that many others you need hugely. Occasionally, so if I perform one of this, there's two corner perms, there's this one, and then the clockwise one as well is at this point here, you do a D, and it would be R prime, but you can see my hand is not in a position to do an R prime without turning my whole arm. So you can just do an R2, and it's a more comfortable way of doing it. Oopsie. Like that. Apologies, I did 5 hours of FTO yesterday, so my arms are a bit tired, so I can't turn as fast as I'd like to. But again, there you go, there's your R2, so you can, when your hand is situated like this, then an R2 makes the most sense. Beyond that, there isn't really much more you need to work on when it comes to the Diansheng. In the case that you still have a Lan or a Rextio, then a lot of people still find the index U prime quite uncomfortable. So build up your strength on that, especially in time for when you do end up getting a Diansheng or a Dian when that comes out, because man, the Diansheng is very permissive of finger tricks. And U prime is very important in the last two centers step. Any questions, drop them below. Thanks for watching.